I'm just going to speed through the lane, right? Point out any specifics that stand out to me. But it's going to be translation of leads and mid-game especially, all right?
Yeah.
Great. Good. Let's see what we do. We already got a nice little solo kill. The Dreamers classic. Lane domination. Absolutely. All right, this is beautiful. Nice wave state. Nice kill. Get the wave out. Not too shabby. We take a reset, which I really like. I think that's a fantastic reset because now you're up tempo. If you would have stayed, you would have been weaker than him. So now you have full lane control. That's a fantastic reset, mate. Was it intentional?
Yeah.
Nice.
He died, so you'll also always come back on more items.
Yep.
So if you want to keep up the pressure, you also have to match it.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I remember in a previous session, we talked about something like that. Yep, we're in a beautiful spot, full lane control. We reached our level 7. We matched the reset. Great. We're going to play the game of League of Legends right now. Let's see what we do here, Dreamers. See if we can get a tab going.
Not sure if there's coming one at this point.
Okay, that's fine. So if we don't see a tab, we're going to need to just rock it like this. What's going through your mind right now? How do you think we should play the game here?
At this point, just the first Drake coming, that's not that interesting wide of my mind.
Okay.
Just want to keep an eye on the jungler though. If he's moving, I have to get pressure. And for the rest, it's getting my farm, see how the Yasuo plays. Because it still is Yasuo.
Okay. Not bad. All right. But you can do better, Dreamers. When you are in this far of a lead on mid lane, instead of being a little bit more passive, I want you to be more proactive. I want you to call more shots. So what are we going to do?
Yeah, if you're going to call the shots, then I should indeed be looking first of all how far the jungler is in clearing and if bot or top is winning or losing. Because I was like, I don't know if I can play for Drake or play for Grubs.
Absolutely. Give it a guess. We don't have the info right now. Give it your best guess.
Yeah, my best guess. That we should be playing for Drake because the jungle clearing is from top to bot. Okay. He's almost done.
Okay.
So he needs one more camp.
Okay.
I'm winning. Bot is pushing in, so it should be playable at some point.
You know what the funny thing was about this question? If you would have said Grubs, it would have also been fine. I don't care. Both Drake and Grubs right now seem totally contestable. I know you don't have the strongest bot lane, but since you guys are so far ahead and you can just get lane control, do whatever you want, you should be able to just play a neutral objective with your ult and you'd be in a good spot. So that's specifically what I would be trying to do right now. Use my lane pressure to get control around a neutral objective and play it. Okay. Looks like Shen made a little bit of an ult play on top side, which backfired into a double kill.
Yes.
Happens. So that makes it pretty fucking easy from this point, right? Top lane just got themselves clapped. So we're now going to look to see if we can make some plays happen maybe on a new tempo, right? Because the Aurelia's now come from base, right? Yone's not come from base. Maybe we could play Grubbies right now. It is potentially winnable. If Yone comes back from reset, it might get a little bit tricky. Yasuo is low. Fizz is low. I reckon this is a Grubs timer. I think this is good. Yep. Okay, we get Yasuo's wind wall. We do use our E. Not sure if that was the play. Does look like we get the Grubbies, which is pretty valuable for us. Okay. Not bad. Look, this was fine. I think that we need to take a look at your trades here. Because with how far ahead that you actually are, I don't think you should be losing the trades the way that you're doing right now. Right? And I think this is really where we got to look. What you do on this wave state is so fascinating. Because you decide to queue the wave here. You then nuke all your spells. And then Yasuo gets a trading opportunity onto you. You have him in chokehold here, right? You're up 300 gold. Your wave state's neutral. What made you hard push this wave? What's going through your mind?
And I must be honest, I don't know anymore what at this point was the thought about it. Okay. Maybe I was thinking I don't have vision. We lost the Grubs. The Fizz took Drake. And I want to get out of the wave. I don't want to get ganked.
Right. So you're potentially scared for a gank. Right? Okay, great. I like that thought process. So let's break down that thought process. Because this is a very important sequence. Because the difference between you keeping up the control and losing lane control randomly, even while being ahead, is just massive on your impact on the map, right? So the reason you don't have to hard push this one is because you, A, know exactly where Fizz is, and you can lean to the other side. And B, the wave state will never be frozen, because it's currently neutral.
Okay.
Right? If the wave is slow pushing towards the enemies, and this cannon minion is gone, that's when you nuke it. But then still, you don't use all your spells. If you nuke it, what you do is you walk up, you use the threat of your spells, because he can't step up right now, he's too weak. You out-attack these creeps, you only use your Q, you keep your E, you keep your W, and that way, when the wave gets out, he can't trade onto you or can't freeze it, because you still got your spells up in case he tries to do something funky.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Fantastic.
I must, though, maybe add a little context.
Yeah.
I do have a mental block with the wind shitters.
Okay.
Because
Great.
they can 0-20 and can still win the game.
Yeah, and that's probably because of shit like that, right? Where you use all your spells and then they can do something like that, right? Because these Wind Brothers here, they're actually quite fascinating champions, and they're really bad from behind. So the only thing that you gotta do is you gotta not give them an opportunity, because they are still duelers, and if you give a dueler an opportunity, they will take it. And given your playstyle, Dreamers, I see why you might be struggling versus them. But there's always a reason of why something happens. And the main key takeaway I want you to get from this spot is try to go that layer deeper and figure out why does something like this happen. And I think a very similar position right here is that you use your E here. If you just proc the Yasuo wind wall right now after he end his passive, so he does this, and now you just out-attack him once, you keep your W, you keep your E, what happens is that on your next Q, he can't play the lane anymore because he's going to get all in. But since you use your W and your E with diminishing returns onto his shield, you now got no spells, and he can just take complete lane control and move over into the grubbies. Well, otherwise you would have lane control.
I was a bit confused. Why didn't the shield proc on my shield? His passive didn't go off.
Yeah, good question. That's a really good question. So let's break this down, right? Too slow. You procced it too late.
Okay.
Yep. Very good question. Very good question. So I think this sequence makes sense to you, right? We went pretty in depth here. Any questions about it?
No, so far fine.
We do get ourselves.
I would have thought about tapping at this point normally. Bit weird.
That's okay. So this is so interesting, right? Because what is currently happening on the map right now?
The ball is getting dove.
Yeah. So how comes you're staying mid here?
Because I would think I'm too late on the play.
Okay. How do we know?
Because I have to walk all the way towards the freaking tower bot.
Okay.
It would take me about 20 seconds. And if they're already behind my T1, the play should be over by the time I get there. Would be my assumption.
Exactly. So how can we know for sure?
Bandcamp.
Bingo, exactly. So the only thing I care about in this situation is I don't care if you actually move down or if you actually stay mid. Okay? I don't care. What I care is about its intention behind what you see. But what I do care about is that we don't span our camera and look to see if there's a potential opportunity. Because if these guys are not 100% HP, both of them, with these guys being so far up, I would always roam down here. Especially since my top lane got blasted. I'm going to try to get something going on the other side of the map right now.
Oh, okay. I'm not normally the roaming type, but I get your point.
Okay. So let's understand why. Let's try to go a little bit deeper on why roaming wasn't on your mind. You think that there wasn't a high chance of it working out? What's going on here?
Yeah, like I said, the assumption was that I would be late in play. I don't look. I see the tower, I see the crystals on it. I know I can take at least one plate. That's the minimum. That's a guaranteed 120 gold.
Okay. I absolutely totally understand your thought process. How do I explain this in a way where it makes sense? So what we're doing is we're basically opting up at a bit of a risk reward. Okay. We're kind of making a bit of a risk reward matrix here. Because if these guys are in the center of the lane, the risk is suddenly a lot higher for what we can potentially get. But if these guys are incredibly far in here, the risk is suddenly a lot lower. If I see someone under my own turret, like just hitting, that's when I'm already happy to move. If they're especially diving here, that's when I'm really happy to move. Because what you're going to find a lot is that if you move down, right? It's going to take the enemies quite a bit of while before they even recognize that you're coming. Because these guys are currently diving this fucking smaller, right? Where are they looking at? They're looking at this guy, not at you.
True.
And if they move, right, you'll see it on the minimap. And if you see them move back, what can we do? Back off.
Also move back. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. So I think given this specific situation, the risk is actually really low. These guys are ultra deep. And moving would have been game changer. Shen R, you guys get a double kill into insane bot pressure. Okay, let's talk about this one here, right? Because I think this one is, you can play it a little bit differently. What you can do here, the moment he comes in, we should immediately queue. Oh, we don't have fucking queue. All right. We should not immediately queue because we don't have queue. All right, so...
Yeah, I needed my passive for hitting faster.
Yeah, I think in that case, we only take one plate. And then we just hover down.
Okay.
Yep. I think that's the correct play then. Okay. So we lose R, but we do get the Yasuo kill. That's nice. We're getting quite far ahead. Dragon is spawning real soon. We need to make some waves onto this dragon. Okay, we survive, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I got in my mind that I played the lane pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty right. Okay, finally. Very simple. Top's getting fucking clapped, getting sent back to school. Bot lane, even, we're winning on mid, right? We see that in this specific situation. Yone plays a side lane game. We need to make this game a little bit less side lane heavy, a little bit more towards the front to back team fights. The enemies have limited engage. Their engage is not that good. So smaller scaling is actually insanely high this game because they got low range, low engage. So smaller value is really, really high. I would see if I could dive and bombard through bot.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna carry this game, mate. Because they got they got Brown, and that already you can't ever beat this guy in the side because it's a top laner. So you need to create yourself a secondary win condition. It's not gonna be this guy because he won't be able to beat this guy. So we need to not play the side game, but we'll need to play the team fight game, which is through smaller Yana.
Okay.
Did you see the thought process?
I see the thought process. I just never picked it that way. Let's put it that way. But yeah, to be honest, the shit goes worse.
It goes bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's fine. And I also know that in the late game, I made that one mistake that lost the game. Or one mistake. The team was not on my same page. But in between that should have been more.
Right, yeah. I would really see if I could start pinging this dragon, get everyone involved into bot side. Looks like your team is going to bot side already, so that's good. It would also be incredibly nice. I really like what you do with the wave state here. But it's pretty important for us to start preserving some mana, making sure that we actually get ahead on these HP numbers in the trade, right? And I think we are probably struggling a little bit with how to use our spells. Let's figure out where we lost all this HP here again. Because that's the vibe I'm getting, is that you're in control, and then you just randomly take a shit trade, and that all your pressure's gone. What was this? What was your mindset here?
Question. Basically, we're getting the passive out, but I did not see that fizz.
Yeah, and even without the fizz, it would be kind of you know? Because you just lost your ult while he still got it.
Yeah, he still got it, yeah. True.
Yeah. Regardless.
It wasn't that indeed a chunk, but it's not enough to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind that if you use your ult while you're in a position of lane control, what happens is that it's more worth for the enemies than it is for you, because they can't get prio anywhere anyway when something happens, and you need to have your R when shit about to happen. So with dragon spawning in a minute, you using your ult means that you're completely disconnecting yourself from being able to influence the map.
Okay.
Think about it like this, right? If you are isolating yourself in the 1v1 versus Yone on top, and your team's brawling out a 4v4, they will win. Because this Yone is 5 times you, because he's got 5 kills, right? It's literally Yone versus the entire enemy team. So if we can isolate Yone in 1v1 and your team plays 4v4, you win the game. Because your team wins the 4v4. That's the strategy.
So you also laid on the plan down, eventually you have to move the Aurelia to the team and you to the side lane into the own.
Not necessarily. You don't have to do it. If Aurelia keeps the Yone in the 1-1, that's even better because she's fucking worthless and you're 2-0. So that's why I want you guys to just avoid top side and just play bot side, because then you're playing the 4v4, which is in your hands, and not playing this guy's game.
Okay.
Right? A really good example is, I need a send vault. I got it here. Is this vault I played today? What happened is that I am playing Yone into Malphite, and Yone is a champion that just cannot fucking spike at before Borg. Before Borg, I'm just a piece of shit. So I noticed that I am the only weak player in the game. Like, I'm genuinely weak right now in the game. I'm so weak that I cannot fight. And even though that my bot lane's winning, we have an item advantage here over this guy. And it's even on the rest of the map, right? I even call this play off. I say in advance, boys, don't fight Dragon because I'm not strong enough. I'm intentionally just telling everyone to fuck off and wait for my tempo, even though they don't want to play it. Nafiri gets a little bit disappointed. And even say, just play next objective until I have Borg. I ping my Borg. I'm super intentional when I know I can win fights. It's all about identifying and being ready for these fights. That's what League's all about. That's what we have lane control for. So we can pre-plan the next fight and be in good conditions to play for it. Okay? That's the mini game that we're playing. And what I'm seeing in your gameplay is that we are not making that link in the lull states in which that we are thinking about the next fight. And I'm just gonna give a fucking stupid example, okay? You might not like it, but I've been working with a silver player. 3 weeks ago, a silver player. We did 2 coaching sessions, and what happened is that I just laid out what you're supposed to be fucking thinking whenever you're walking from base to lane. And that's what I did over 2 coaching sessions. And I went really deep on what exactly you need to be thinking. She went from silver 2 to platinum 4 by just picking her fights. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. And you are the complete opposite, Dreamers, right? You are Mr. Mechanics, right? You got the champion mastery. You're fucking brutally good at solo killing people. You're really nice at putting pressure onto the enemies. You're very good on your champion. But contrary to that, your weak spot, and this is what we found over the last months of working already, is that it is in the information gathering, and it is in pre-planning those next fights, and it is in just getting consistency in that regard. So we're gonna need to get to that point if we want to get better. What helps you to get there? What is going to help you? What will allow you to utilize your lull stats a little bit better? Focus on that. What's going on there? What do you think?
If I knew, I wouldn't be asking.
Yeah, right.
Quite obvious. I must say, it's not for nothing I'm good at 1v1ing, because I focus in my lane. Like I said more often, I do get lost sometimes in tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And that also means tunnel vision means missing ganks, missing pings, missing upcoming fights that might be in between now and a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just the case.
Now I know what to do because my laner is dead.
Okay.
I know what he can do. I know where he can move, if I can move or not. I know if I can take that last turret plate or not. That's obvious because there's nothing to beat up.
Yeah, that is good. That's beautiful. So we have nothing to beat up right here, right now, because we're doing Drake, right? This is a huge lull state, okay? And you have plenty of time to now make your next play, because we already know that Drake's going to be guaranteed, right? So this is the time where I want you.
I fizzed that.
Fizz that, Yasuo, so they can't contest. So we now need to be thinking, okay, what's next after Drake?
That would be Rift.
Okay, great. So what does that mean?
Question: what Yone is doing? If Yone is still hard pushing, we can also get the Yone first.
Potentially. What I'm really going to try to do in this position of the mid game is create these number advantage positions, okay? Be in a spot where I can create number advantages. The reason we swap up side lanes, Dreamers, is so that we are in the side lane, and it is a lot easier to move from the side lane to mid than it is from the mid lane to side.
Why? What was the reason behind it?
Yeah, that's great question, dude. That's a fucking phenomenal question. Let's do a bit of counting, all right? So mid lane wave collides. This mid lane wave, as you can see right now, hit center at 45. A little bit 44, actually. Okay?
Oh, in wave states. Yeah, okay. I know
Yeah,
that the waves are distinct. I mean,
exactly.
mid,
So,
it comes first and then the side lanes.
exactly. So just think about it, right? 44 is when mid and wave collides. Side lane wave collide about right now. 8 seconds later. Okay, this is when the side lane wave's right here, right now. Now let's take a look at when the next mid lane wave collides. So mid into side, you have 8 seconds. That's about 16 seconds.
Okay.
Right? So you literally have double the time to move from side to mid than it is from mid to side.
In between waves. Okay, now I get the picture.
Right?
Now I get it.
And that's why side prio is so unbelievably important. Because if you have side prio, you can use that to shift into mid and be on the wave state. You don't want to randomly roam to the side, or when you then want to be randomly roaming, you always want to be roaming on wave states because enemies are forced to be there to push it out. And that's why ganks like that and side into mid moves work, because they're be on the wave state. That's why the waves are desynced, because otherwise the enemies can just clear the wave at the same time as you and back the fuck off, and they'll never die.
Yeah.
So this right here is your opportunity to go into the side lane right now, take over bot lane, and then send your smaller to mid. Because you can get prio versus whoever's going to push you in the side, and that will allow you to be in an opportunity where you force someone to respond, and you can then always create a number advantage play on mid or potentially Rift.
I must say, and I have a question for you. You know that for sure. When do you swap up those lane assignments? Because there are some interesting things happening. I mean, my tower is down. I could swap because I also got my quest completed.
Yeah.
But do I take the quest of my bot laner into account if I swap?
Yeah, so that's a really fucking good question, right? In the end, the most important thing to do is create favorable fights. That's what League's all about. Favorable fights, favorable fights, favorable fights. So what we need to do is understand when the next fight happens, which is always Rift. Rift's always 15 minutes every single game. 15 minutes. So before 15 minutes, we want to have swapped up because there's a potential fighting opportunity. So after quest, before Rift Herald, is the swap timer.
Is there a certain level that the bot laner is when he hits the quest? Is there a
They're
basic
faster than
average
you.
number?
They're generally faster than you.
Okay.
The only time
Because
they're not faster...
I miss it. Basically, I miss it every time that it's gets pointed out in the chat, to be honest. I don't know which time exactly they hit the quest.
It's not. You don't need to know the specifics. Just press tab and see if their boot is here.
Boot there. Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're not, scan over it with your mouse and see where they're exactly at.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does work that way. Okay.
Because if they're only like 50 off, you can just still send them to mid. It doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not important at all.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't even know that you could hover it.
Yeah. That's right. So this here is a massive missed opportunity because you now got fucking bot lane stuck on bot lane. You're stuck on mid lane here. And it'd be much nicer if you now get control around mid lane with your support, if you get placing vision there, because, Rift Herald spawning. And then if you are a 1v2 on bot, great. All you need to do is just hold your ground, and you could even drop the turret if the enemies have too much threat, if the jungler comes and dives you. Because your team will then get full topside vision control, block off the Yone, cock block him, send him back to base, because he can't do the same thing, while we also get Herald. So it's a win-win. You always need to swap.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, what I would even do is just fucking drop top, dude. Just let Smolder get this wave. You get the kill. That's fantastic. I wouldn't have done this probably. I would just drop top, catch myself a wave, and now be in a position where I can shove, push a wave in, force them to respond, create a number advantage, play on that. That's my goal.
Okay.
That's the entire thing I'm doing all game. Push, force a response, number advantage play, hard force. Push, response, hard force. Push, response, hard force. That's what I'm doing all the game. If we can't get push, then we've lost lane control and we can wrap it up. So you losing push to Yasuo, if you're scared of him, that's fine. I don't think you have to be, but if you're scared of him, that's fine. Just go into a different lane. Just don't play it versus him then. Go into the smaller, into the Braum and the fucking Corki. In this game, I'm versus Malphite. I can't beat Malphite stylistically, right? So what I do is I'm going to push up into this GP. I'm going to match the enemy top lane, and I send Aatrox into Malphite.
Okay.
And that's what happens here, is I now verse up against GP, and we just fucking blast him, because my champion shits on him, instead of the other way around. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense, but I don't think I beat Ione, who's fat.
No, exactly. But you do beat the Corki,
Okay, and then
right?
you just but can I get lane pressure on too?
Well, that's the beauty. If the Braum is there, you are already winning the map because you're 2v1.
Okay,
So if you're
that's how you feel.
1v1, you win. And if you're 2v1, you also win.
Okay, that's
Right?
how you feel it.
That's
Okay.
the beauty. Exactly. That's the beauty. So you can always just draw people then to the side, and that's going to create these favorable conditions on the map. Like I said, all I'm doing, dude, I'm just creating these favorable fighting conditions. That's it. I'm trying to find number advantages all the time on the map. If I can find a number advantage, I'm sending it. That's what I'm doing. Okay? A little bit of a shit TP by the Aurelia, but that's fine. So what I'm doing right now is, since I don't have R, right? You could potentially take it a little bit slower and push out this wave, but you also want to consider that you just killed the Yone. What does that mean? You're in 30 seconds of a full number advantage with the most strong enemy champion down. You don't have to farm right now. This is potentially your window where you're like, I'm just gonna fucking engage without ult. Because we're in a number advantage. Right? Look at what Aurelia's doing. Aurelia's fucking sending it. This is a fighting opportunity. Fuck this wave. Yone is dead right now. Now's the time. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I was just I didn't see the angle there at my view. It's my bad.
Nah, that's okay, man. That's okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay, but it's also honest. I mean, it's my bad I didn't see it.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's not like I'm putting myself down. It's more like I could have seen it if I would watch more.
Okay, we die here. Game's
and then I believe that it's almost the end of the review. Also,
we've made great progress today. This was beautiful. So look, I'm gonna give you a super practical learning objective. All right, something that you can stick to. In the lane, the moment you've reached level 6, every single deployment after your level 6, we are gonna number 1, press tab, ask yourself the question, what's next?
What's next?
And number 3 is
fight it or not?
Ping it. Okay. I don't care if you take a losing fight.
How high do you rate the first 2 drakes?
Fighting magnets.
So not the objective itself, it's more like getting kills.
Yeah, it's like forcing the enemies onto a fight that's favorable for us.
Okay.
Correct. So if you can't fight the Drake, if you're not strong enough to fight, don't fight it. Right?
Okay.
But what I really care about in this first step is just you doing it. Right? You doing this every single deployment. And the ping is really important because it's a benchmark. In the review, we're going to go double check if we actually do ping.
You pinged or not.
Exactly. That's right. So this is your in-game learning objective for basically level 6 until the lane assignments get swapped up around minute 14.
Do we also include assist or back off ping? Or do we just ping the timer?
And anything. Intention is what I care about. Which ping it is, I don't care. If you ping it off, great. That means that you're aware of it. That means that you're thinking about it. And that's what I care about. Then, in the mid-game, right, we're going to keep doing this on the deployments. But if you're not deployed, I want you to play with the mindset to create number advantages. That's what we're going to start off with now. In-game learning objectives, one small review learning objective. And I'm going to send you the sessions that I did with that other player, right? Because these are just fucking learning magnets for you, dude. I just go really deep, very efficient, just simplifying the concepts. And you're going to get an insane amount of value from it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. And in 3 weeks, I want to see you back. It's very important that you come back in 3 weeks because we were not finished yet. Okay? We're gonna go more consistent sessions. Every 3 weeks, I want to see you back so we can actually make progress on these. And I can also hold you a little bit accountable in that regard.
True.
Okay?
Yeah.
Great stuff, man. Any other questions for me?
No, that for now it's quite obvious what the pain points are. Beautiful. I mean, of course, I was not happy with the team, but it's also me, and that's what I can work on.
You're the only one that you can change, man, yourself.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'm happy with what I got so far.
Beautiful. Glad to hear that, dude. Good luck in your games.
Thanks, man.
No problem. What do you got cooking up today?
First of all, I want to thank you for the conversation we had last time. It helped out greatly. I've been winning most of my games just by following the things that you told me to, and
Mm-hmm.
I got much more consistent again.
Nice.
So thank you for that, first of all. And second, this is one of the games where I couldn't perform as well in the lane because it's a hard matchup. And I want to learn how to minimize better and play to win instead of, because I have a big problem, as you know, with trying to kill the enemy laner in the lane, and I need to get off of that very quickly. I need to get off of that very quickly.
You
And
and
I think
Dreamers would
I
be
kind
great
of
friends, dude. You and Dreamers would be great friends.
like this game, I tried my best to minimize as well as play for side lanes,
Okay.
and I kind of, or like play with my jungler specifically because he got really fed.
Okay.
So I think I'm doing quite an okay job, but I feel like there's so much more that I could do.
Nice. Let's break it down, dude. So, Arya versus Xerath. Absolute classic of a matchup. Offense, defense, push him the fuck in, which we are currently doing, which is very nice. Yep. You see how far away that guy is?
Yes, I do.
So, the only thing you gotta understand whenever they're that far away is if you play offense defense like this, just force them to walk up. Okay? And the way they walk up is through these minions. So stand away from the minions that are low, that
Mhm.
you stand right here, so he can't AoE you and the minions at the same time. And then
Yeah.
you just force him to step up. Great. If he does, we throw our spells. If he doesn't, he loses the creep. Or he's forced to use his own spells onto the minions. That's my mindset.
Okay.
If we get hit, it doesn't really fucking matter. Because if we have the push, we can just reset whenever we want. That's alright. Yep, gonna be looking like a wave 5 reset here. I would probably put an extra point in Q because of the fact that we're dropping low. It gives us more wave control. Alright. I would probably just nuke these 2 waves and just fucking reset here. We've eaten a lot of spells. Okay, hard nuke this wave with a double Q rotation, and then you're out. Wave 5, Jono, most important wave in the lane. It's going to allow you to just easy reset on the next cannon wave, which is coming afterwards. Right, so wave 6 is a cannon. This is wave 5. So if you want to reset because you get poked for whatever reason, just nuke wave 5, reset afterwards. You're always going to be fine, okay?
Okay.
Great.
I think that's actually what I'm doing here. But let's see.
Right. Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, you have the right ID. Let's fine-tune it. So, first things first. Wave 5 gets stuck in this fucking awkward spot because Seraph holds the minions. We need to prevent this. How do we prevent this? Well, by pushing wave 4 slower or faster. This wave 4 right here, you need to make sure that this one doesn't get helped by the Seraph by either not using your charm and actually stepping up and preventing him from doing this, or by pushing this wave 4 faster, because what we do here is that we are quite late onto this wave state because we went for a ward, and there we also have 1 point in Q instead of 2, which means our wave pressure just drops. If you
theoretically, at that point, couldn't the enemy jungler be ganking me?
They can, but the warding window is actually between wave 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yes. So if you want to ward, right now is your time. Here.
Okay.
Because you can't hard push a cannon wave anyway.
Yeah.
And this led to wave 5 just being slow. You're trading as well. If you want to get this reset off, you just need to do a double Q rotation through the wave. It doesn't matter if you take any damage because you can't die anyway. And it doesn't matter if you take damage because you're going to reset. So you need to be faster.
Okay.
All right. So this was a decent reset. It looks like Seraph is going to look to reset on his own. So I like that you're trying to cancel him. Keep him trapped in lane. Not too bad. Yep, the longer the lane goes, the better it is for us right now, because he basically can't really play. Okay, we got a little bit chunked. Let's see what happened here. We just took a little bit too much damage, it looks like.
Yep.
So I think the solution here is that instead of you going into him, you should let him come to you. And the way that we do that is by dragging this minion wave and keeping this alive. So we actually just freeze the wave, and that way he can't reset himself. And that way we don't have to kill ourselves for denying his base.
Okay.
And because the wave's frozen, he's now in this position where with really low resources, he's forced to step up. And that's when we can walk past the wave and pressure him.
Okay.
It seems like we missed Diana. That's fine.
Yes.
That's totally okay. You were focused on him and on the minions, so that makes sense. Okay, I would always get refillable potion, dude.
Okay.
Refillable potion is the best item in the game, especially into these poke mages. All right, let's see what we do here. This is quite good. Yep, I like this a lot. We just play some vision down. Our jungler is not here, so I really like this, dude. This is very intentional from you. Very
Yes.
nice. Beautiful. What a beauty. What a beauty. Small win. And he's losing all these creeps because he's staying mid and not moving down. Gorgeous. Fucking fantastic. What do we see?
Xerath is ahead, so I gonna need to play around him more and avoid laning. I want to go into side lanes and preferably bot lane and not top lane.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in lane against Xerath.
Nah, that's this
Or-
Jax here as well is also a bit a small problem here.
Yes.
This Jax.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, this Jax is not gonna be that nice. We're gonna avoid top side. We're gonna give these grubbies. I don't care about these grubbies. Completely irrelevant. What I'm gonna try to do is just break through bolt, right? Very squishy guys. Sona's insanely vulnerable without flash. Of course, no dashes. You got a great follow up from Samira. So I would try to break through bolt here this game.
Yep.
That'd be my goal.
But I also help Wukong a lot because he does a lot of good things. So
Yeah, correct. Play ideally with Wukong. We play both sides. Like we include
Yep.
him. So what we're gonna need to learn is we're gonna need to learn cannon spawn timers. Okay, and
Okay.
that's gonna make it so much easier for you to just play out your resets because what you're kind of doing here is you nuked this wave. This is your reset timer because this is the cannon now, right? You now try to hard nuke a cannon wave, which doesn't go too well because this cannon is just tanky as fuck, right?
Yep.
It slows down your push, and now you can't properly reset, also because Diana comes. So these cannon timers are very, very, very important. You got the first one, which is like 252 wave, which is like wave 5. You got a very important one just before Grubs, which is the 7. I think it's the 722 wave, right? These
Yeah.
waves, you need to just memorize them. If you're playing a hard shove and move champ like RE. Every 3 waves,
Okay.
cannon, you need to know your timers and when you can actually reset. It's like a clock, a metronome ticking in your brain.
Okay, but that hasn't been that relevant in previous season. Is it because of the home guard and everything?
Yeah, reset. It was also really relevant in those seasons, but right now it's even more relevant
Yes.
because you
Yeah.
can just reset on the clock, right? You just reset whenever you want.
Yeah. But I feel like it's even more important than in previous seasons.
Hard to say. Hard to say. You could also make the counter argument that it's more important in the previous season because otherwise you lose more minions. So it's pretty challenging to say what's actually true or not. Okay, a little bit of play happening on top here. Very interesting. It did somewhat work out. I think that I would probably not done this myself. I would probably stay mid, push the wave, and then dive bot lane, the Corki. That's what I would do. But initially, it works out pretty well.
Yeah.
I think that our skirmishing here around the Jax could have been a little bit better. I think we can actually walk towards him and then bait out his jump. If Jax jumps onto you, you can R away, and then he's stuck because he's got no dashing spell anymore. So that should be the mindset. Run at him, bait out his Q, and when he Qs, you R away and he can't hit you. You caught him forever.
Mhm.
And since you like got no dashes, no W, you use your E like this, you're dead. But it's kind of
At this
worth.
point,
Yeah.
at this point, I was also hoping for Wukong to just step in and have like a man advantage to fight him properly
Right.
because he was in the jungle. So
Right. Okay, this is nice and opportunistic. Yeah, the game is not easy. We need to find a reset opportunity. And I really want to see if I could play on the bot side. So let's see what happens here. I think we missed a reset opportunity. We should once again reset here. Just reset on this wave.
okay, every 3 minutes I need to reset. It's 7:22, 10:22, and what was the first one?
It's not only it's one
Five.
it's one every 1.5 minutes a cannon wave.
Okay.
Because every 3 waves a cannon minion comes. But the other reason why that's the case is because there's dragon spawning, right? If you take
Yeah.
this next cannon wave, you're now not ready for Drake because you need to reset. Your entire team is ready to play. You're a little bit on the late side. So now Wukong is forced to use
Yeah.
R with you not being there. Gets a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break this down. We got to do a little bit of digging here. So this is 100% won. Okay, we should just fucking full send it with the R over the wall. Just hard fucking send it here. Why?
Okay, but am I not putting myself in danger with the Sona?
Think about it. It's 4v3.
I mean, oh yeah, Corki spot lane.
Yeah. Just send it.
Yeah, but I feel like I get like blown up by Sona and Diana. They just and Wukong is running away anyway. I don't think he would re-engage, honestly.
Yeah, look, so the way I see it, right, is that if they blow you up, it's not even bad because then your team cleans up. At least you got the fight,
Okay.
right? Well, that's what I care about. I want to just fight. And if I die for it, I die for it. I don't think you do die because it's early game. And early game, the burst is quite low. I think if this would be like minute 20 in the game, of course you get one shot. But right now, I don't think you do. So yeah, I would just full send it, dude.
Okay.
Yep. Does look like it works out. That's nice. Oh, we're in a tough position, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way I view this game is we really need to get our bot side going, right? These are the plays that
Okay.
will win us the game. Because the truth is, we will not win through side lane this game because we're just going to get annihilated. So we're going to need to get a win condition for our own, which is going to be the Samira. And then we're going to look to fish for charms later down the line. And I would also tell this to Wukong, right? What the fuck is our Wukong doing in the top side? Our Wukong just needs to not be top. You also just need to just completely remove top of your map. And you just need to fucking just push the wave and just fucking dive these guys on bot on repeat.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. I like how you swap up the lane assignments here. This is great. I think it's good that you gather info. Very nice. I think you're smurfing it here, Jono. Well done. And you take the next wave.
Thank you.
Incredible sequence. This was so good. Really, 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 really good. Very nice. Beautiful. What's happening here?
Wukong is constantly getting invaded by Jax.
Okay.
Because he can do whatever he wants because he's so big that not even 3 people can kill him.
Okay. Where's Xerath right now?
Bot lane.
With barrier. What does that mean?
Yep. He can't TP.
What does that
He's
mean?
not there for the fight.
I'm
He's
fucking
not there for
sending
the
it.
fight.
Yeah, I'm fucking sending you
Yeah.
here again, dude. I'm going to check if Aurelia has TP, if she can join in. Because if she can TP in or whatever, I'm just full sending it here. This is just a winning fight. Just go here.
Yeah. I don't quite know what I'm afraid of. I need to understand what I'm afraid of to not go in and get the kill. Or like try to at least get something going.
Right. Because I don't think you're going to get better conditions than this, dude. These guys are stuck on mid. The Sona and the Skorky are not strong. You can just collapse on them with the boys. And even if you die, right? Even if they kill you, like Jax killed you on top. He killed himself for it. But that's good because you kill the raid balls. Right?
Yeah.
The team gets assists. It's good for you. I at least like that you try to send it here on mid.
I mean, I'm trying to get as much value out of the plays while not dying myself. And I do quite an okay job, but I think it could be better.
Right. Yeah. Okay, this is good. You push out bot. This is great. You push out one more on bot lane. I think you could even do one more here. Sneaky not a wave here. Because we can't fight here anyway, right? If Jax shows, play's lost. Just back off, right?
Yep.
And that means that we can just push, let Aurelia push, force them to respond. And that's when we tackle them on mid. So here you should not be TPing here. This is the end of review TP here. Lost fight.
Yeah.
We should always be pushing here on bot, forcing them to respond. You understand the mindset?
Yes, because we can't win in an even fight against them, so I shouldn't even be there. And Aurelia's not even there, so it's even worse than that.
Exactly. This play ends the game.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you a play that I had today, which was exactly the same. So don't feel bad about it. Happens to me too, right?
Okay.
We identify here that pretty even game state, right? I got my Borg. The enemy's got 2 Drakes. So I really want to fight this next dragon, right? Because I don't want to lose this next dragon. I ping the Drake, and then what happens? My Yana gets caught. And I'm like, okay, 25 seconds on the Yana, 25 seconds on the Drake. Maybe we can contest. So I try to move in here with the team, try to get area control. Now, Yana is chilling in base, of course, right? She's not even moving. And even if she would have moved, it didn't fucking matter because we're a number down and I get killed. And therefore, it's the end of review play. I ended my own review here today. Now, let's go a little bit more into the specifics of what would this game look like if I would have adapted a little bit better. And I would just want to do a bit of a visualization exercise with you.
Okay.
So, the moment Yana dies, right, we want to identify that Dragon currently is not playable. What should I do the moment we recognize that dragon's not playable?
So in this still frame, I know what is happening right now, so it's a little bit easier. So mid lane is showing, which means they're not threatening you, but probably everyone else is around dragon. So we need to be careful to be there. So we should just wait, maybe ward dragon and see what happens. I can't see the rest. Can you? Is our top lane in top?
Oh, you can't see that?
No, it's a little bit cut off because of your camera.
Yeah. He's currently resetting in top here, yeah.
Okay, so this dragon is not contestable, and we should just not go there and, be safe and try for the next team fight.
Okay, great. So while the enemies are taking dragon, we need to do something in return. Okay,
Yeah.
and this is why the end of review in your game is actually the fact that you are not continuously pushing bot. Look,
Yeah.
even your TP is dog shit, of course. Duh.
Yeah.
But but even if you walk and you don't die, it's still not ideal. It's the pushing out that matters, because what happens if you push out this wave? You're gonna drag
can
someone
spawn.
over. Exactly. And this creates an opportunity in which you can create a new number advantage play, right?
Mhm.
So what I should do is I should force them to respond somewhere so I can get some tempo somewhere. Where is that?
Probably not bot lane because there's someone already pushing the wave out.
Not bot lane, exactly.
So maybe mid lane, because it's the only thing that you can reach in time.
Is that
Or else
so?
you can go. Yeah, I think so.
We got the special element.
Oh,
TP.
you have TP. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you maybe should have gone top lane then
TP top,
and pushed
exactly.
it out.
Exactly. So let's continue this thought experiment, okay? Every one of the enemy team is here. 5 people are here. We know that for a fact.
Yep.
So if I TP top, okay, what is going to happen is they're going to take the Drake, and then someone needs to reset, right?
Correct.
Now, the funny thing is, 2 of them probably need to reset, because otherwise they can't keep me off here. I'm now at the point where I even beat Malphite due to my board.
Mhm.
So I now force them to respond to this wave state. Probably 2 of them. What happens when 2 people respond here after they've taken the dragon? What is my team doing when the enemies are responding there?
Probably siege as well, or have a team fight with a man advantage.
They are pushing their own waves in. They're pushing bot and they're pushing mid because they're responding to me on top right now. This means that we basically get bot turret for free if I decide to TP top and push because they're forced to respond to me.
Yep.
Okay, great. Now, if we get bot turret for free and we force them to respond to this bot lane wave state, and the enemies push me out and they play top, what happens afterwards is that
we could maybe... Well, they first of all need to respond to both wave. So that means we can maybe go and have another man advantage, or go for an objective, or go for a tower even, depending on where and how many people are responding.
Exactly. So if they're responding to bot, we are now going to be responding to top probably. And that means that we then get area control for the upcoming neutral objective. So me not TPing top lane here is end of review, because it flips the tempo skills. Tempo is...
that makes sense.
It's a domino. Tempo is a domino. That's why you reset when someone dies. You reset because you then immediately pressure and you keep them pinned under the lane. That's the same thing with League. If you are behind on tempo, if you're getting pushed in on waves, you need to sacrifice something to get a push and force them to respond. And the moment you force them to respond, you can then reset and force them, or shift and force them to respond somewhere else. And you can always force them to respond until they give something in which that you're then forced to respond to them again.
Okay.
Tempo can get complicated.
I was about to say, I don't think I'll do that anytime soon in my games, but this is a good thing to at least have in my mind to think about and maybe eventually get there.
Correct. So what Aurelia should do here, right, is she should keep pushing until someone responds. And then when someone responds, she can back off, TP at Drake, 5v4.
Yeah. I think, though, she got like a little bit of a mental breakdown in this game, because
it's not really about her. It's more what we can learn from it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's also what I do in this game, right? Is I kill the GP, And because I see that the enemies are playing on bot and we are playing on top, I'm not resetting and responding or TPing bot. I don't want to respond to them. I want them to respond to me. And that's why I stay here. And that's why my team joins in here again to also kill this GP again, because we want them to respond to us permanently. Make them respond to us. That's the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you get these interesting scenarios on the map. Now, this is exactly what I do here, right? So we get a nice little kill here on top. This is beautiful. I stay top. I keep pushing. I know there's 2 people dead. I know that Mal fights bot. I know that Acel and Bard can't kill me. Acel shows mid. So I keep pushing until they respond. So now, this Bard is responding here, and this Malphite is trying to do the exact same thing. He's now overextended, so I can just TP bot and create a number advantage position. Because GP is now responding top, so whatever fight happens, we are always winning because they can't play the game because one of them isn't able to participate. And this is why you make them respond. We were fucking behind it. This game was fucked. We just lost the 3rd Drake on bot side, and we made them respond, and now we get this random fight in a number advantage, which puts us in a position of control.
That's huge. That is huge.
That was my monologue again.
I love your monologues.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
get
for
so
that.
passionate about this stuff.
Yeah, you can feel it for sure.
I like making people respond to waves. It's generally, I love that so much. That forcing people to respond to waves is my favorite thing to do.
I think it's the equivalent of like outplaying someone, but not mechanically, but
Yes,
but,
exactly.
But with the map.
Yes.
I get it.
It's the mind. It's the mind games. Yes, that's right.
Yes,
it's true. Creating number advantage fights is my way of mechanically outplaying someone. Yeah, that's so interesting.
It's less mechanical, but it's the equivalent of just outplaying them in general.
Exactly.
But not mechanically.
Exactly. I
but
love
with
that.
the map.
Dude, I should use that analogy in a fucking coaching session, in a YouTube video. They'll finally understand.
There you go.
Yeah, people will finally understand me.
They at least will get your excitement because hype plays, especially like mechanically intensive plays, are just hype, and maybe you get someone that way to just think about it more. And once they get it, I do get it as well, but I don't have I can't. When I'm in game, my mental bandwidth isn't that far that I can plan 3 steps ahead like you do. So
of course, that's okay. That comes with an insane amount of. I'm a fucking addict as well, right? I'm just an addict.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit of a freak in that regard. The most practical thing for us to do, right, is that we really got to go back to these basics of picking the right fights, Jono. Okay. Right? That's like at a high level what we're trying to achieve all the time. Pick the right fight. And the way that we do that is, of course, through information gathering around our strong side and our weak side. And what I want you to understand is that you don't want to respond to the enemies, like these plays onto the jacks and into the top side. It's not something really what I would do. I would really value getting the push, forcing people to respond, and then brute forcing a play, wherever that is. Because these are the best odds that you're going to get yourself. Yeah. So the mindset that I want you to run in through with the game is your in-game learning objective is I want you to gather the information in regards to who your strong member is / your win condition. So who you want to be fighting with. And then I want you to specifically play with the mindset to force people to respond to waves and then force fights with your strong member. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And on number advantage. The moment you see a number advantage made, this is going to be the thing to work on, right? Since you're going to force people to respond to waves in game, the moment you spot a number advantage, I just want you to fucking send it, dude. Okay? I don't care if the fight's risky. I don't care if you die. Matter of fact, I don't care if you lose the fight. Because there's, of course, multiple layers to it. But I just want you to try it and send it.
Okay?
In the review, we're going to then fix it. If a fight goes bad, this might either be on a number or not on a number. What I really am going to need you to start doing, right, is clip a fight like that, chuck it in the VOD questions channel, and we can get you some feedback, right?
Okay.
Review these fights, 1 to 2 per game, especially on the games that you lost, because these fights, the thing you have to understand is that, oh man, this gets me so fucking excited again, dude. This, man, it's like insane, right? Because when I reviewed this today, I was like, this one moment in the game that everyone, like even a new League player, could fucking sense, could feel during the game that this was dog shit what happened in my games, right? If you would be a silver player and like this entire sequence, it already feels awkward, then you always also die. You're gonna be scratching your head like, what the fuck actually happened here? Everyone does that. It's a very black and white position where shit just didn't go well. When something like this happens in your games, it might even happen like 8, 9 times. Doesn't matter. Just pick 1 or 2. Just go 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 seconds back and just investigate. How could I have solved this situation? What could I have done instead? And by doing that, you'll see why you fucked up and what you didn't understand, what variables you didn't count in, which means that you are already reflecting. And not only that, you're also creating and visualizing your own solution. And by doing so, you can start improving in future situations because you're going to see these same patterns pop up. This is like the most valuable way to improve, the most time efficient way to improve in League. I'm so excited about this shit. It's so good. And that's why the what fucking question is just so good, because it can help you in these positions where maybe you missed one of these key pieces of information that you didn't see yourself. Or you missed a cross-map opportunity like the TP, maybe, right? Sometimes you just miss that when you watch your own reviews. That's normal, dude. I missed so much when I was in my earlier stage of my League journey. And you can just get that feedback, and you can then understand what to do better. You do that 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 times, and incremental improvements then come. Guaranteed. That's the learning objective, mate. Any questions?
Yes, I do have a question, but
Bring it
not
on.
regarding this. Question. As Ari, I have a really hard time against LeBlanc, right? In lane. I was just making sure because back in the day, in quotation marks, it was like a skill matchup, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like this is not it anymore. Like
Brutal.
I just can't do much against LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Right now.
Brutal. Okay. Small tips for you, okay? Levels 1 to 6, sacrifice. Just don't trade with her. Complete trade avoidant. Don't get close to her. Don't trade with her. Just play on the wave. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Use these waves that I mentioned to you before to get a reset off, okay?
Yes.
Always stay above 50% HP. If you ever drop below, you get 100 to 0.
Yep.
Okay? Get bone plating.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Without bone plating, you're going to get fucked. And then the hidden thing that will eventually then allow you to win the matchup is just get a null magic mantle in your first base.
Okay.
Okay? And then from that point, she can't one-shot you anymore. And then you hold your E reactively. You always hold your E reactively. You don't use it proactively. And then you can start pushing her in from level 7 onwards. With null magic, she can't all-in you. With holding E reactively, she can't all-in you without then losing. And then you play on the wave. We have shorter cooldowns, more wave clear. And that's when she eventually is going to struggle a little bit.
Okay, beautiful. Is this also something for what question channel?
You mean for LeBlanc?
Yeah, or is it something more for the RE channels that we have here for matchups?
Yeah, look, if you have a specific part of the lane, like if you have a 1 to 2 minute sequence where you felt like you lost it, clip it, chuck it in the VOD questions channel. If you want more of a general hypothesis, chuck it in the RE channel.
Okay.
Good question.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. Good question.
Cool. Thank you for the session. I enjoyed it a lot.
I
love to see you excited.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I like it. We went a little bit deeper. This was nice.
And I'm looking forward to just being more consistent with coming to the sessions and work on my problems.
Sounds great, man.